Okay, I want to welcome everybody to the Atomic World Challenge Round 10 and the final round for Season 1. Today we're going to be on the Dewbauchee Raceway, and this race was created by Mondeller. He's made a couple of races that I really do like, and this one is going to be no exception today. As you can see, Tomboy has made the pole. Tomboy has been away for a little bit, and it was good to see him actually take back. He's, as you've known from the past, he's been big about taking the pole position when he does race, so it's good to see him take that. In the second position was Potato. Potato is a new member to the group here, and it's good to see the new guys coming in. In the third position is our old fan favorite, Chewy. Chewy is gunning for a sponsorship for next season, and this is going to be his perfect attendance rate, and some of the sponsors out there are looking towards getting him on board for it. To break down the rest of the field, everybody knows Sneaki. Sneaki is driving his links today. We want to thank Sneaki for putting together an incredible season. It was so great to be a part of it, and that's the thing is we're very happy to be involved in everything. Next is going to be Zeus. Zeus is second in the points. He's got a 12-point lead right now in the points to overcome from our guy in. We're going to skip over Ricky Bobby real quick for our points leader. Patient Zero. Patient Zero currently has a dominating lead tonight. He's going to literally need to come in the last position, and when he comes in the last position, he's also going to have to concede some points. So if Zeus comes in first, he comes in last, then chances are that we can tie for that, and then it'll be based on number of races that these guys have attended. So in that, the last one is obviously Vault Dweller. Everybody knows Ricky Bobby. Ricky Bobby brought his awesome comment tonight. We're always good to see him. We hope to see him as well in much of things. So this race has started. There's Vault Dweller in the last position. So we're going to move right back up and see what Chewy's got going on here. Probably shouldn't have forward over to that. That would have been a good view. You can see them coming through the chicane over there. Well, excuse me, the big double back. So this season, as you can see, the Dewbauchees were the vehicle of choice, and for that reason, they're going to be winning the manufacturer's standings for this race. There's really no contest with it. Dewbauchee had on general 3 to 4 cars, constantly making top times for the race. They were just really tough to beat, and for that reason, they'll be going ahead. This is actually their sponsored race, which is the Dewbauchee Raceway, and they're going to continue to do that. We got word back from Gyraffe, and we got word back from Benefactor that they're both very upset about the ending standings with the race and wanted to see more of their cars represented. Gyraffe obviously being a big-time competitive racing division, not so much in the sports class are they seen, so this is something that they want to have something going on. We already see a little bit of rubbing from Zeus, who is obviously trying to get up there in first position. He needs that first position to get up there. There's Patient Zero moving up through the field already. Okay, so these guys have run their first lap. Let's see where the standings are right now. 138, 137 from Patient. He's already got a full second push on it. And as we can see, these Spectres are not going to take this slow. They're going to try to get everything that they can. Already big rubbing coming in for Patient Zero as he passes Chewy. Moves up towards the front. Oh, and a big crash. Chewy was bumped. Zeus let him off. Let him move forward. Let's move up to Patient Zero real quick. Currently our points leader. Tomboy's got a little wavy out there. You can hear his mic going a little crazy. as he moves up. So here comes Patient Zero coming around his area here, trying to dominate the front position. Okay, he takes the third position away, moves on the inside. Now he's moving up for Potato and Elegy. Coming in tight and hard on for this run. Obviously, dominance in this race is something big for him. He really wanted to start off the season, or start off the first season as being one of the top-notch players. Came in a little bit late, but he's been able to develop a quick run with it, get some solid places in the first couple of events, and then take himself to the next level for the last couple of races. And got denied one race from Demonic with a little bit of lag. As we saw earlier today, his car was kind of all over the track. Trying to reel in Potato here. As we look through the trees, kind of an odd camera angle, but it worked. Tomboy had a really impressive lap with that Jester. The Jester is such a strong car. It looks like he's not going to be letting up on him either. People have asked us when the next season is going to start. I wish we could answer that question for you. We really don't have an answer quite yet. We're trying to get things together. It's really about testing tracks, about testing rules. A lot of stuff we've worked out, but we want to make sure that we have, as you're seeing in front of you right now, super competitive racing. We want to make sure that that remains consistent throughout, and that newer players can come in and test their skills against these guys and really put down some good lap times and have some competitive racing. We see Patient really coming in for Potato here, being able to transpose a lot of his track position around corners to make things happen. Here we're coming up on our next lap, and will that transitional speed of the Spectre be able to take it over? So we come in. These, as you can see from this track, the Dewbauchee Raceway is such a tricky little track, and it's so much for its trickiness. But see right there, there's little bumps and grooves in these turns that cause it to be a little dodgy. Right here is another bump. You can't even really see it, but it will really trick your car. Right here is a double back. Coming into areas like this can be really tough and work a racer kind of hard. So let's move back to the fields here, see where everybody is sitting at. Check out Zeus for a second here. I definitely want to see Sneaki because that looks good. Let's see if it can change those looks into some kind of performance. Zeus is back here trying to move up on Tomboy. Looks like he's getting some good runs with the Spectre. It's so competitive that anytime you have any kind of delay in your racing line, it can be a big costly thing for you. So we're gonna move back to Sneaki. Sneaki has probably one of the best looking cars on the track today. Here's Sneaki back in 7th position. Lynx is a very slow car, still got a 136 with it. Really is about getting consistent laps with it. Zeus pulling off a 134. Look at that time. So let's move over to Zeus. I mean, that time right there was crushing. I mean, he's got to be catching up with somebody with a lap like that. And that's the thing is this being the last race, Patient wants that lead. Where we at? Yeah, see, Patient's already taken the lead. Looks like he had some problems up front. Then we go back over to Patient. Well, there's Tomboy. Well, let's look at this. Let's look at this little fight here and see how he's doing with it. Definitely making that Spectre Custom move. We had a comment on the video coverage from last week was really cool to see somebody saying it's awesome to see the Spectre Customs doing so well. As you know, from the competitor standpoint, the Dewbauchees did amazing this season. Didn't see a lot of Masacros like we expected. In fact, the Dinka did not make a big showing either with the Elegies, which was kind of odd. We expected a lot of that, but they decided to stay away. Another company that kind of just, congratulations, you didn't use this, no problem. If you want to be fast, this is how to do it. That being said, like I said, the only person that really qualifies for next season for a sponsorship is going to be Chewy, who's had a tough season this year. And basically in the sponsorship, by getting a sponsorship, you're able to lock everybody else out of using a certain vehicle. Unfortunately, Dewbauchee will not be one of the list of cars that he can use in that series, but obviously with the Benefactor, Grotti, there's a lot of other brands out there that are really looking to solidify their position in the AWC. So here's Zeus moving up on Tomboy. Let's see what we got for times here. So 134, 134, 135. Look at that strong showing from both these guys. Zeus getting the best lap. We had made a comment earlier in the night that he needs to get best lap just to pull this title away. And it looks like he is definitely moving up on it. Tomboy has backsliding a little bit as each lap goes away. Really pushing the power over here. In the pro race, though, Tomboy's skidding out, getting in with him. Now they're side by side. Not the fight that Tomboy wants. Getting in fighting with each other is going to slow down both cars as they come into the first turn. With Patient Zero in the sights. And that's the thing is I hate to say this to Zeus, is that if he comes in, if he leads the race, bumping and rubbing. If he leads the race with Patient Zero, and Patient Zero even comes in second position, will solidify Patient Zero's championship for the season. And that little tangle has allowed Patient Zero to get quite a move up front. So it looks like Tomboy has backed off a little bit. You can see Patient Zero up there. These guys are running similar times, so it's going to be tough to overtake. He's coming right into the corner now. Looks like he had some problems. We're going to go back to Potato real quick, see where he's standing at. Yeah, looks like he's bearing down on Tomboy as well. So let's go back to Chewy. I love covering Chewy. Chewy has made it to every race, has been a consistent player. Let's see, here he is. He's coming in fifth. It's almost like his lot in life that he's going to have that, middle position throughout every race. I'd hope to see a little bit more from him as he's trying to really feel out which car he's going to use. And we really thought he got it with the LG he was doing. I mean, with the Spectre Custom. But once again, having difficulties with it. Let's move over to Vault Dweller. Just found out today that Ricky Bobby does not have 100% upgrades on his car. And that's what I liked about this, is a lot of the new guys came out. Didn't even matter if they had all the stuff. They came in and they raced as hard as they possibly could, and it was great to see. So we're going to move back to Tomboy real quick. You can see Vault's having some difficulty again. As you notice, we did miss a lot of guys. Juxtree ended up racing in the Pro Series for the race today. His qualifying was very fast, so that became a difficulty for getting him into the GT class. Bryce, another one that moved into the Pro class, Their race was very exciting today. It was basically a very close, drawn-out battle that they took between each other, and finally ended with a win that was just off, as Alien Gypsy was in for the championship, and he missed it by a minimum of 2 points. Juxtree took that second position away and took it from him. So that was a really cool race, and we wish those guys the best, as Rob, thanks to that denial, was able to take the championship in the Pro Series. Oh, so what do these guys win for being champions? They get a t-shirt, they get 2 stickers, and they get a certificate that labels him. So here we have Zeus is taking the lead. Looks like he caused a little problems with Patient as he took over the position there. These guys got hungry for it. I knew they were going to battle it out. So they get a certificate, and we actually do a point system that covers the, if you will, the oh, and B-Dog was not in the race. He was actually just one of the people watching the race. As a point system, we actually cover points and give them points that they expire over a certain amount of time, but is assigned to each player to give you an idea of the basic skill set of the player that's involved. Now, where has Patient? I expected Patient Zero to be back up in here. He's right there. He can see him. As you can see, I love the aerial view of this track, but it becomes very difficult. So yeah, like I said, we had a couple of guys, RPM, Daddy Trump, Juxtree. This really, it was so, he I think if he ran this race, he actually, like I said, came in second in the pro class today. And I think if he had been here today, he would have had a fight. He only needed about 4 points to take on Patient, and qualified in a really fast car, so ended up in the pro class and was not able to take on Patient. Patient is really banging the drum here, trying to get this thing back, but let's go look at the time. Whoa, 1:33. Well, that would explain it. That hard time that Zeus was throwing in the speed for Patient, even with that 1:34, is not going to be able to take over a full second faster lap time. We see 35 from Tomboy, 35 from Potato, 37, Sneaki getting a 36, Baldwell with a 39, Ricky with a 39. Those guys are going to be stationed in the back. Let's jump back to Tomboy real quick. And by the way, if you see any of the other videos that are on our channel, you will see a lot of Tomboy in it. Tomboy has been not only just one of the great guys that comes in and does the racing and always, wants to be involved in everything we do. He's also one of the stars of many of the things that we've done. So if you've ever played why we need MCs, why we need all the stuff in GTA, those original videos, we'll see a lot of Tomboy in it. And he's been good about showing up to things and helping out and cooperating, getting new things going. And unfortunately, he's allowed some of these races to get to him, and right here you can tell that it's kind of slowed him down a little bit, even though he had the pole position. We're going to go back up to Patient Zero, see if he can make something out of this. So for this season, you may have seen these guys. I mean, when we did qualifying laps for this, all these guys got within a second of each other. 0.6 of a second was the lead from first to second. And it was just amazing to see how well they did. But then you see when they get into races and you put the pressure on, that things get a little spread out. Here is Zeus. We're going to see the difference between Zeus crossing the start-finish right there, coming over the crest. And then Patient Zero coming right behind him. So we can see there's your distance between first and second. So as you can see, even with that 0.6 seconds, after a while, it begins to wear at you. And the consistency starts to drop, and people start impacting each other and start fighting it out. And when it does, the field stretches out. And one of the things that caused as a complaint, not that that was a bad thing per se, but one of the complaints that came out of it was that some of the players may have been sandbagging or going slower times just to be able to make it into the GT class so they could compete against slower cars. We did have a sandbagging rule in place, and that sandbagging rule was changed over a bit to require a handicap. So if people go over the par time, which is the fastest lap or the pole position time, then they start getting handicaps. And we'll continue to apply those handicaps so that, whoa, big spin, big spin. You saw that he comes over to the bump there, and there's that little hidden bump that pulls the back end of the car around. And that's going to put some distance between him. We're going to check out Sneaki one more time. He's been getting pretty good lap times. I was hoping that he'd be able to pull out a little bit different, a little bit more out of this vehicle. So here we still have... Let's move back over to Patient Zero. These two guys have... It's so funny. They were going through the whole entire season just kind of being themselves, driving and racing the way they did. And it was almost like when they got to the end and they knew that the competition was going to be the hardest. I mean, you really saw them throw the times down. So here's Zeus with his 133, 134 from Patient, 133 from Potato, and that Elegy. If he can make that Elegy talk, he might be able to do something. But that's the thing is right now with just the best lap and having him come in second position, is what you're saying together, won't be enough to take away the championship from him. And he's definitely performing well. That's one of the things that Patient did this season is he couldn't really take the win, but he could get consistent second. And I know that from personal experience that it's one of those things where the numbers don't do it justice, because even though they say you have lost, that you came in second and that you're a loser, and that's how GTA handles it, that coming in that second position becomes a big deal. See, getting squirrely again as we come around the corner. Go. So let's see what we got for standings here. 133 FS Zeus, Patient Zero, Tomboy's coming around the corner. And we see the finish from them. Oh, he's a lap down, that's why. There's Tomboy with his finish. We're going to eye Chewy real quick. So with that finish, our champion for the first season is going to be Patient Zero. Tonight's winner is FS Zeus. Amazing run on his part. Potato getting really close to grabbing that best lap. Zeus did his best to... he definitely knew what he had to do tonight. He did it on his part. Unfortunately, it required Patient to lose to get it done. I want to thank everybody that dialed in for this final race. I want to thank everybody that was involved in it. Thank Sneaki. Thank you guys. Look forward to getting us for the next season. You guys have a great time. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.